I have to announce something really cool that's going to be happening. So, I'd say about half my audience are part of the drifting. Half my audience really likes to drift, and they drift in their free time and stuff like that on Forza. So, I'm holding a competition. It's pretty much like Formula Drift. What we're going to be doing is, in this video, after I finish speaking, I have a video layered of the drift track. I'm just going to be showing it as I run it, and it's just going to be me driving it, not actually drifting it, so you can actually see the whole thing. I'm not going to be part of this competition because I am still learning drifting, and I'd probably not even make it to the next round anyway. So I'm just going to be there to spectate. I'm going to live stream it and make it a video, and I'm hoping that just like the real Formula Drift, that we can have multiple events with multiple different drift tracks. So if you've been a part of Drift Wars before, from Nessie or whatever, you probably know, and it's going to be somewhat the same, but it's also going to be a little bit different. So yeah, here are the rules and regulations for this map and the drifting that we're going to be doing. There's not really a car that you need. So what this first thing is going to be is, it is going to be JDM. So you can use any JDM car, but it has to be S1, no engine swaps, rear wheel drive. Alright, it doesn't matter what tire compound you use, how much horsepower you have, make sure you're JDM S1 rear wheel drive. Now you do also have to think about others, because I don't know how many qualifiers we're going to get, but let's just go out on a ram and say 30. What's going to happen is, just like Formula Drift, it's pretty much Formula Drift in Forza. We're going to have the qualifiers have 2 drift runs, and you're starting out with a score of 100. Every mistake you make, you lose points and stuff like that. So if there's 30 people, obviously we're going to have 11 people per time, because I'll be the person in the lobby recording it, and then we'll have those 11 people go, we'll have those 11 out, and then we'll have everybody go until they're all qualified. Then at that point, I'll re-invite you if you moved on, and we'll do a top 8 move on. So if you have a top 8 qualifying score, you get to move on. So sounds like a plan, huh? After that, in the top 8, this is where when you're building your car, you have to think about the other people. Just like Formula Drift, we will be doing tandems. Now through qualifying, number 1 will play number 8, 2 will play 7, 3 will play 6, and 4 will play 5. From seeding, obviously. So that is how that's going to go. After we do that, it's technically tandems. So we'll be doing tandems with the 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5. And I suck at explaining things. Pretty much, let's give an example. 1 and 8 are playing each other. You do the map in a tandem. The number 1 will be the lead car, number 8 will be the chase car. So obviously, if you're a drifter, you probably know what tandems are. If you don't, then it's when 2 people drift at one time. So for the lead car driver, you're going to be scored on how well you set the pace, how you do the line, how wide you can get, stuff like that. Did you go too slow in some points, or did you go too fast in some points? And that's that. And then for the chase driver, you're going to be scored on how well you can match the lead driver, how close you can get to the driver, and pretty much how much you can mimic it while still being better, if that makes any sense. So then you do that 1 run, then you flip it, so where 8 is the chase car, or 8's the lead car, and 1's the chase car. Pretty much like that. And we'll have the winner decided from that to move on to the next round. If we cannot decide a winner, we'll have a re-go for each one. Note that the drift track's only like 30 seconds long, so these events don't take a while. If you're in qualifying, the maximum time for qualifying is probably gonna end up being like an hour, so it's not gonna be that long. So another thing, another somewhat requirement, you don't have to have a requirement, but to make it easier, when you sign up, I'm gonna have a little form. Hopefully, if I can go to make one. See, I'll request a number. This is going to make it easier for when I invite you and such. So in the document, there's going to be what your gamer tag is and what your number is. Now, pick a number 100 through 1,000. So therefore, there's 999 different what happened to my math? Therefore, there's 899 different numbers to choose from, or 900 different numbers. So choose 100 to 900 in the thing below. Try not to have, I mean, if there's any duplicates, I don't know what happened. Anything of that, I mean, your car paint job, that doesn't really matter. Just have it look a little bit like a drift paint job. It can be completely stock, I don't care. But yeah, so look at the drift map that's coming up next. I talked a lot. If you do have any questions, please do put them in the comments below. And I'll see you next time, alright?